On August 10th, 1793, the Louvre Museum opens in Paris. It is housed in a former palace that for years served as the seat of the French monarchy. More than 200 years before it becomes a museum, King Francis I began building the palace on the site of an old fortress called the Louvre. The origin of the name Louvre is disputed. The two most prevalent theories are that it either derives from the word wolf or the word tower. Francis I was a great art collector and filled his royal residence with priceless works of art. Subsequent kings expanded both the palace and its art collection. In 1682, King Louis XIV moved the French court from the Louvre to the Palace of Versailles, just outside of Paris, and the Louvre ceased to be the main royal residence. In the 18th century, Enlightenment thinkers began calling for the royal art collections to be put on public display. Denis Diderot, the man behind the encyclopedia, was one who pushed for the creation of a national art museum. I have a great video about Diderot and the encyclopedia. I'll put a link in the description. Responding to public pressure, King Louis XV temporarily put a collection of paintings on display at the Luxembourg Palace in Paris in 1750. The breakout of the French Revolution in 1789 pushed the process forward. The monarchy was abolished, and King Louis XVI was executed by guillotine in 1792. The Louvre Museum opens the following year. It is fascinating to realize that this world-famous museum opens in the midst of a tumultuous revolution, just 4 weeks before the infamous Reign of Terror began. I have a great video about Robespierre and the Reign of Terror. I'll put a link in the description. The Louvre Museum's collection grows rapidly, aided by art and artifacts seized during the Napoleonic Wars. 2 wings are added in the 19th century. A major remodel is undertaken in the 1980s and 90s, including the addition of the at one time controversial steel and glass pyramid-shaped entrance, which is designed by renowned Chinese-born architect I.M. Pei. The Louvre is now the largest art museum in the world, housing masterpieces like the Venus de Milo, the Nike of Samothrace, Eugene Delacroix's Liberty Leading the People, Jacques-Louis David's The Oath of the Horatii, and of course, Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa. Here are other events that happened today in history. In 1628, the Swedish warship Vasa sinks in Stockholm harbor about 1,400 yards into her maiden voyage. In 1680, the Pueblo Indians begin a 12-day revolt against Spanish colonizers in Santa Fe de Nuevo Mexico. In 1776, news reaches King George III in London that his American colonies have declared independence. In 1846, U.S. President James Polk signs an act creating the Smithsonian Institution in Washington, D.C. In 1937, the first ever electric guitar patent is awarded to the Electro String Corporation. In 1969, Apollo 11 astronauts complete a 21-day quarantine after their successful mission to the moon. In 2023, Kuwait bans the movie Barbie, citing ideas and beliefs that are alien to the Kuwaiti society. And now it's time for our Today in History quiz. Alcatraz Island is located near which California city? San Diego, Los Angeles, San Francisco, or Sacramento? Think you know the answer? Drop your guesses in the comments below. Find out if you're right next time on Today in History. You made it through Today in History. Nice work. Now treat yourself. Click the video on the right for what happened yesterday in history. Still can't get enough? The link on the left's got the whole playlist buffet. Want to make history a daily habit? Click my face in the middle to subscribe.